we were sitting here chatting about the halftime entertainment with Justin Timberlake, and I was actually telling him about that when he did that halftime show with Janet Jackson when her breast popped out. I was telling him that I saw that show. That was one of the years that I actually watched. Uh,
But why you watch that one though? Because Janet Jackson was the halftime show.
yeah,
That was it.
that was it. That was
You know,
it.
it's just something about them Jacksons. Though. Like everybody want to draw close to them Jacksons. Like, what's up with all that?
Well, no, what? I was invited to. My husband and I were invited to a Super Bowl party.
Oh, okay.
So at the Super Bowl party, I noticed that when someone invites you, the women that invite you are usually into the football game.
Okay.
So when you have someone like me that I would rather, have a glass of wine and sit and
Chill.
yeah. Now, I don't want to see the football game. Let's go look through a magazine. Let's talk about the new furniture you're going to get for the next year. But they're like, no, they're into that game. So you really don't have much of a choice, but to go ahead and watch it too. So what did you think about his performance?
Well, to be honest with you, I might sound like a little groupie though, but I like the Justin Timberlake from way back in the day when he was with NSYNC the group.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember when they first came out, five white boys dancing in the group, and I was like, yo, I want to like them. But I was a big black dude that didn't know how to dance at the time, but I liked it the moves. Like, the music was good, so hey, it's okay.
Well, I think that he kind of was a little bit slow on the moves. I mean, I could be wrong. Age sets in for us all.
Yeah, but he's still young though.
I mean, Michael Jackson wasn't moonwalking. I mean, he ain't as young as he and he used to. He's got to be pushing 40.
Yeah, he got 2 kids.
Yeah.
He a grown man.
Yeah, he's got to be pushing 40. He ain't in his 20s no more. He's definitely in his 30s, pushing 40. So, I mean, I just think that a lot of the young boys with those pop lock moves, that they had, even Usher don't even come out and move like that. You may see him, he may give a couple of moves like that, but he ain't doing that during the whole song no more. He ain't twisting his body around. No, he go home and his wife got to break out the Epsom salt.
Rub him down with Bengay. Like, once you get over 35, it's a whole different ballgame, yo. Your joint is not the same.
Yeah.
You might turn one way and you might be on the ground talking about I can't move.
I mean, so I think those young boys like Chris Brown, remember he was younger, he was doing all types of craziness. Yeah. I think that when they first come out, they're not thinking about all that because they're young and the girls are flipping and stuff and not realizing that, 5-10 years down the line, someone's going to want you in a concert. Yeah. And they're going to expect to see that same person with them same moves.
And it's not happening.
It's just not. And then it's just like, oh, man, they lost their touch.
Yeah.
But even Prince, that tribute that they gave to Prince was really nice. But even with him, he had hip problems. He was walking with a cane before he passed on, and that was because he what did they say? Because of him dancing in those high heels and jumping off the stage. He was good for jumping from one point in the stage to another.
You gotta think Prince was a bad dude. Prince was doing splits and all kinds of
Yes, he was, and he was good. But towards the end, he was walking with the cane because of
his hips.
He messed his hips up.
Too many splits
in high heel shoes.
He had boots, so he had boots.
That's okay. He was still a cutie, though. And I think that was so nice of Justin Bieber to give them props for that out in Minnesota. Now, I didn't know that. This is something I learned about football. I always thought that when the games were like that, Super Bowl, that it had to be played in either one team's
home
thing. Or the other.
Well, I think what they do is they just pick at the beginning of the year where they're going to play the Super Bowl at, and I think it was honestly a good choice this year. with them playing in a dome. If it was too hot, they could have opened up windows, or if it was too cold,
it was cold. It was minus 15 degrees in Minnesota.
That's right.
Because I was just when I turned on the channel, I said they don't have on jackets. I'm like, it must be the weatherman must have said something wrong, because a couple of days prior to that they were saying it was going to be 7 degrees, minus 7 degrees in Minnesota, but they were inside the dome.
Yeah.
So that they were playing inside.
You got thousands of people. That's a lot of body heat.
That's body heat by itself.
Man, you got people drinking Budweiser. You know how people get when they drink Budweiser. I don't know what it is about a Budweiser, but people act reckless here with a Budweiser.
Oh, really?
They look at the races.
Yeah.
The NASCAR, the Daytona 500. All they do is go there, drink Budweiser, and yell at cars that's going in the big circuit.
So what's in store for you now, Jay, the diehard football fan? Because this time of year, it's all about his football. He is a super duper diehard. He played football in high school.
Yeah,
I saw a picture of him and stuff like that. Yeah, he was I guess he could have been up there one. He could have been one of those pros if something hadn't happened. Who knows?
Just like everybody. We always quick to say I had knee surgery or I done blew my back out. So we just gonna take it a day at a time and just wait till next year and keep talking trash and say at least we both sitting on the couch watching football this year.
Yeah. So you have to be he's definitely diehard. Football season come the end of the summer. He's already on it. We have another call in Compton. Let's check him out. Hello. Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
I'm good. Well, I guess I'm Lena, and my buddy here is Jay.
Jay, what's poppin'?
What's going on, Big? Poppin' with
you. How you doing, sir?
I'm chilling.
So you want to call in and give us your input about the NFL Super Bowl 52? What's good?
Absolutely. It was an entertaining Super Bowl, I must say. Probably one of the most entertaining ones. Probably because I wanted Tom Brady to lose off top, but that's just me. But
why is that? Why did you want Tom Brady to lose?
Because I feel like, and to be honest with you, it's more hate than anything else. He is probably go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, if not the greatest quarterback ever. Let's be honest. I mean, he got 5 Super Bowls, so I can't knock that. However, it's some hate because I'm a Rams fan, and his first 2 Super Bowls, I feel like they cheated. I really do. It's been proven not to happen to him. But that he keeps winning. So my whole thing about the Super Bowl, and what bothers me is I'm happy Philly won. Don't get me wrong. I was rooting for him, but some of them touchdowns, I have to be honest, were they really touchdowns though? And people are talking about that. And it's the truth though. I'm a realist, and I was looking at them because if you look at them, Pittsburgh had a similar situation.
Yeah. I think
and they got hold against Jacksonville. It was a similar situation. Which brings my question is,
when it came down to that, whenever I was speaking to Lena, that we were saying that, they pick and choose on who they want to advance or go to this game or that game, playoffs, whatever the situation may be.
Absolutely, I feel that way because they're going to look at who's going to generate more money. That's to be completely honest. And a Patriot Eagle would have probably, because they both would have been the number 1 seeds, that's going to generate more money, opposing to letting the real teams go.
But
that's my
anything else?
Well,
that's my
I'm
input
glad
on it.
you called. Glad you called for your input. I mean, that's definitely something to be looked at with Tom Brady. I just don't know why this cup of hate for Tom Brady. I mean, he can't help it if he's good. The man can't help it.
You did not
can't
just say that.
He said, can't touch this.
Did you really just say that? Come on.
Can't touch this.
Oh, my God. You know what? You're right. It's time for me to go.
It's time for me?
Yeah, have a good night, though.
Thank you for calling in. I guess that wasn't the best remark.
It's all about hate.
Tom Brady, boy. But he really looked bothered and upset, and because he was getting the team together, he was speaking in his Tom Brady talk. Yeah, and those are usually with the breakouts where I heard that those are the moments where they just come back with a full at 100. And he couldn't do it this time. He couldn't do it. And he could not break out. He could not break. And the Eagles was like, I'm on this. You are not going to get anywhere. You might as well chalk this one up for a loss, right? So what's going on after the football season? Now that everyone died out, I got to tell you, my husband said he went to the commentary and all the men were angry because it was like
they just out buying stuff.
This is because the women had them out. You're gonna go. I guess if they never get them to go grocery shopping the whole year, they got them at Super Bowl. I don't know what you want, so why don't you just go? He's like all the men had this angry look on their face.
That's why, like, before the Super Bowl, hey, ask your wife, ask your girl. If there's anything you want to do, we doing it today. Because tomorrow's Super Bowl, we ain't going nowhere. I'm going to go to church. After church, leave me alone. Like, I'm going to the man cave. That's it.
Well, what about emergencies? I think.
Hey, you handle that. I done did everything you asked me to do. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I ain't supposed to do nothing else.
So there you go. So when the guy run out of the chips or whatever, or the dip or the beer or whatever, he said.
We're not going to run out. We're going to make sure we got enough so that we ain't got to go nowhere.
You don't need something, and you're going to ask the woman to do it. He's going to say, hey, look, can you go to the store? Well, I don't have no money. So you give her the credit card. You give her the credit card.
Light bulbs and curtains and chairs and flowers talking about we need new stuff. We ain't talk about that.
This is the perfect time to get you guys. Is during that football season. It's the perfect time to get you. When nothing, everything has to just be perfect. It's like my husband. He's a big boxer fan. Yeah. He's definitely into boxing, and I kind of like to mess with him on the big fight.
Better hope he don't turn around and jab you. Talk about leave me alone.
So I mean, it's good. Just like when you started texting me yesterday. Oh boy, I woke up. I was sleepy, but I'm just like, okay, I have to mess with him because I know how serious he's taking this game.
Yeah. And after a while, it's like, yo, hopefully the referees don't start cheating.
Yeah.
It came out good.
It came out good. It came out real good. Well, I got about 90 seconds left of the show, and I want to thank everyone for calling in and showing your support for my newbie Jay and me talking about. I think I held my own pretty good. I'm glad I watched the game.
Yeah, hold it down. DOP, hold it down.
Yeah. Can't say I'll do it for basketball or any other thing. But definitely, thank you for listening. And check me out tomorrow morning between 9 and 10 a.m. on the LJ Morning Sparkle. If you can't listen to me live, you can listen to me on podcasts on Spreaker, Blog Talk, Spreaker Alexa, iTunes. I'm just everywhere. I'm just viral. And don't forget, those of you that listen to the Diamond Delight, definitely go out there and vote for your favorite Diamond Delight. And I will see you on tomorrow morning. I will see you. You'll hear me. Or you can check me out in the social media, all right? Remember, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And everybody have a great day. And I will see you tomorrow.
Adios.